Right guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, here I am in a Range Rover L322 4.2 Supercharged. I paid £2,800 for this car. I've had it about a month and I'm absolutely buzzing about it. I bought it with a coolant leak. It was the water pump, so I put a brand new water pump on, new belts, new tensioners and a new radiator because it had evidence of leakage, you know, so I wasn't going to risk it. So I've spent about 500 quid on the car, and I tell you what guys and girls, this is the best Range Rover. It drives so nice and I've really missed my old one, so I thought, yeah, I'm going to get another one. So I've got it, and it's going to be part of the channel. I'm going to document everything that goes wrong with it, because I know a lot of people think that these cars are very problematic, when really they ain't. As long as you maintain the car, it'll run forever. My other one's still tooling around. It's got 235,000 miles on it. This one's got 162,000. So yeah, but this is the one to have. So if you're looking for a Range Rover, guys and girls, I know oil prices are at the moment, but soon as Trump's finished thunder plumping all that mess over in Iran and all that shite going on, hopefully they'll come down. So yeah, this is the one to have. The interior is really, really good in this car, but it's the ride quality. These cars drive so nice, and if you guys have never experienced a Range Rover before, once you drive an L322 you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, it's I bought it with a 12 months MOT on it as well. I couldn't believe I got it for 2.8. So yeah, coolant leak, I'm keeping my eye on it now. This is the first long test run of the car since I did all the repairs on it, so I'm just going to see how it goes. Yeah, I would stay away from the diesels. They're problematic. Turbos, DPF and all that shite, you don't want anything to do with diesel. Get yourself a 4-point, just swallow your thing, you know what I mean. It's not too bad. I'm getting about 23 miles to the gallon out of this as well. It depends how you drive it. So yeah, we're going to see how it goes. I've done a little bit of a video of me dismantling front of the car, and it's not a bad job to do. I think the worst part of the job was taking the fan shroud out. That was a bit of a twat, but it's just fiddly, so it's not too bad of a job, and the parts were pretty cheap. Like I say, I've only spent £500. That's including radiator, 2 belt tensioners, the belts and the water pump. So not too bad, and the coolant to put in it. That's quite expensive now. So yeah, we're going to see how it goes. But yeah, I've got an L322 back, which I've really, really missed. My Tahoe, that's still going really strong, but that's the work truck. This is my backup vehicle, just in case anything goes wrong with the Tahoe, which, let's face it, nothing's going to go wrong with that. It's just a workhorse. We got heavy weight on it. The trailer we pull for the band and everything, it must be around 4 tons pulling the trailer, everybody in, and yeah, that's doing really well. But yeah, I've always wanted the L322 back. It's reminiscing about past experiences in it. So yeah, and I've got my private plate on, so I've got my 666 back. So anyway, on that note, seeds above it all.